Good morning. And happy Mother's Day. I'm Alan Cantor. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a member of Anna Rushp Associate here at the Unitarian Universalist Area Church at First Parish in Sherburne. This month's theme is transitions. So take a deep breath in and let it out. Use this moment to transition from the worries of the world, from the challenges of your life, and be held by the peace and love of this beloved community.
Thanks, Alan. Welcome, friends. Thanks for coming to church. I'm Reverend Frank Clarkson, your sabbatical minister. So happy to be here with you all. Hello, folks who are with us online. We can't see you, but we're glad to see you in church. I want to remind you that if you'd like to be included, your prayers, your hopes, your thanksgivings, you can fill out one of the cards that's in the pew and leave it right up here. There are candles here, as you can see, folks have already lit. You're welcome to light those candles during the service. If you're new here, we especially welcome you. If you don't know this already, please know that you are welcome here just as you are. That goes for everyone, of course. You know that, right? Yep. If you're new here, there is a blue connection card that you'll find in the pew. Some folks are holding them up, so you see those. We'd love it if you'd fill it out and let us know you're here, and then you can just put it in the offering basket when it goes around. And for you online folks, there is a welcome form on the page there that you can let us know you're here. A couple of quick announcements. Today at noon, Aaron Collier and I are leading a small group gathering we're calling Mother's Day, It's Complicated. And so if it's a complicated day for you, we hope you'll get something at coffee hour and then come join us in the library at noon. It's going to be a gathering time for sharing a bit of your story or just what comes up for you on Mother's Day. So we'll look forward to that with you if you feel moved to come and join us. Also, as you may have seen in our Friday announcements, A Place to Turn is a food pantry serving people in the Metro West communities. They use 1,000 boxes of pasta every month, and our church has committed to bringing 500 boxes, 500 one-pound boxes in the month of May, but so far we've only received 130. I'm not good on math, but we got a ways to go, right? So if you can bring some pasta to church and donate it, Gage, where does it get left? Back of the sanctuary, north entrance, or over here, clearly marked boxes. Please bring some pasta and share it with our neighbors in need. And now Hank Rauch, the president of our board of trustees in the congregation, is going to speak to you for a moment.
Thanks, Frank. Good morning. I'm here with a stewardship update. Yay, thanks, James. Appreciate your work on the tech. James has done tech so many times this year. He's fantastic, so thank you. As you can see, we're doing pretty well. 116 pledges, 355,000. One of the things I'm announcing today is we have achieved the $10,000 match. There was a match for any increased or new pledge, so that's fantastic news. We're in a good spot, but we have further to go. Historically, we've received about 157 pledges over the last 3 years, so we're about 40 short. Many of you here, I'm sure, have already pledged, but if you haven't, we have pledge cards. You can click on the QR code there. You can go to the church website, uuac.org. Think about all of the wonderful things that happen here. The Mythbusters program, last Sunday I was able to attend, fantastic. Immigration Justice Forum in January, wonderful. had a fantastic multi-generational service with Kemp Harris. We've had a Love at the Center book group. There are so many community groups here that you all get to participate in. Groups for midlifers, family fun nights, junior and senior youth group, Changing Gears with Grace, senior men's group, covenant groups, the auction, the list goes on and on. So thank you for those who have given, and a reminder for those who haven't, and happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, Hank. And now the moment you've been waiting for, thank you, Hank, our Sunday Spotlight. This month, as you probably know, we're celebrating UU Trailblazers with pictures and bios around the church. And today, we're lifting up Unitarian Julia Ward Howe, who was an abolitionist, suffragist, and pacifist, author, of course, of the hymn, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, also author of the Mother's Day Proclamation for Peace. Did you get a copy of it when you came in? I hope. If not, we have them over here and at the back of the sanctuary. Today, we ask you to please read her proclamation for peace, which is as germane now as it was back then, and then share it with someone you know and love and think would appreciate hearing that proclamation for peace. Thanks to our Sunday Spotlight team who's done such a beautiful job this year, and they're looking for help for next year because they're ready to hand it off. Let's take a moment now and greet those who are nearby, and I invite you to especially greet someone you don't know, and if there's a young person near you in the congregation, to introduce yourself to them. All right, let's greet one another.
Our opening words this morning are adapted from a prayer by Evan Carvel-Ziemer. Today is Mother's Day. Today, the advertising tells us what to buy for Mom. Instead, help us listen to and honor the deeper voices. Today. Today, let us honor the grief of those who have lost children, those who long for children, and those, for whatever reason, cannot be in touch with their children this day.
Today, let us honor the grief of those who mourn for their parents, whether separated by death, dementia, or disconnection.
Today, let us honor those who fill in for missing mothering, fathers, grandparents, foster parents, aunts, uncles, and more.
Today, let us honor those who survived damaging and traumatic mothering, spirit of life, help them to heal.
Let us also turn aside from the myths of motherhood and remember each parent is an imperfect human in need of our support more than our adulation.
Today, let us honor those who are doing the work of nurturing, striving to meet not only the physical needs, but complicated emotional and spiritual needs.
Today, with both joy and sorrow, let us be grateful for life, for those who love us, and the opportunity to nurture the future.
Let us rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn, Solid as a Rock.
This hymn requires some motions of you. Are we ready for this? We're going to be solid as a rock. We're going to be rooted like a tree. Here, strong, in our rightful place. Think you can do that? Yeah. Also, it's even easier. It's call and response. So I'll do it first, and then you follow me. Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock,
Rooted like a tree.
rooted like a tree.
I am here.
I am here,
I am strong.
I am strong,
In my rightful place.
my rightful place.
Good. Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock,
Rooted like a tree.
rooted like a tree.
I am here.
I am here,
I am strong.
I am strong,
In my rightful place.
my right
One more time.
place.
Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock,
Rooted like a tree.
rooted like a tree.
I am here.
I am here,
I am strong.
I am strong,
In my rightful place.
my rightful place.
Very nice, very nice.
Please remain standing for our chalice lighting. I would love to invite Nora Kempner up to light our chalice. The lit chalice is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. The light that forever glows and burns within us. The light of love, the light of justice. The light of all those who need each other on this day. Please join me together in saying our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Can I please have the children and the young at heart and the older children if you're here? Ooh, Rosie's the first. Abby. I know you're here. Okay. Well, to get us started, can I get the next slide, James? So, who do you think that is? Does it look like someone here? Yeah, it's me. So, that is a picture of me on one of the best and worst days of my childhood. And in this picture, I'm in the redwood forest. I knew Ian would like that. And we got lost, and I was with my grandmother and my sister, and the bus forgot about us and left without us, and we had a plane that we were supposed to get on in like 4 hours. So think about me at like 6 years old. How do you think that would have felt, Abby or Rosie? Horrible. Horrible. Abby, would you like to open our Wonder Box? Thanks for that transition, Rosie. Can you take it out for us? Do you know this book, Abby? Kind of. What's it called?
Alexander and a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah. Do you think you could be my helper and turn the pages for me so I can read it? All right, let's get started with the book. We're going to hear about what it feels like to have a terrible, no good, horrible, very bad day. Okay. Do we know this book? Yes. Yeah. Everybody knows it. Okay. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I get out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. Tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in the breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box, but in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I am going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. That hurts. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope that next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, that the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? Sometimes Mother's Day feels like that. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was being a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick, For saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I was having a terrible, no good, horrible, very bad day. I told everybody, and nobody even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy the plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. That was probably me as a child. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machines, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could, except for my elbow. He also said, don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. I said it was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot, I got soap in my eyes, my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. And I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are just like that. Even in Australia. Thank you so much, Abby. So he had a really bad day, huh? Did we get that? Yeah. So when I got lost in the redwood forest, I had a really, really bad day. But my Grammy knew what to do, and she took over a taxi so we could get back. So the bad days turn around, right? Has anybody had a bad day that turns around? Yeah. But at first, we have some really big feelings about it, right? Okay. Does anyone know this song from Daniel Tiger? Yes. Okay. We're gonna sing it together. So it's gonna be another call and response. When you feel so mad and you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it all together. When you feel so mad and you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, and now we're gonna sing you back to your seats, okay?
Hello. I'm your ministerial intern, Ian Evans, and we have been having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad morning with the printer. So we've been doing a lot of taking deep breaths and counting to 4, and you will see me with my laptop this morning. So this whole service is based around what I have learned personally from the PBS children's show, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Can I get a show of hands? How many people know about Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? All right. My daughter loves it. And if you don't know about it, it is a animated spin-off of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Daniel Tiger being the small puppet tiger in the land of make-believe. When we started to watch it, frankly, I knew it wasn't going to be Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and so I had pretty low expectations. But when I tell you that we use Daniel Tiger's advice at least once a week, not just with the kids, but with ourselves, that's probably a low ball. Sometimes it is once a day or multiple times a day. The thing that it's made me think about is that we're all just our inner kids in many ways, aren't we? We have years and experiences layered on top of who we were, but those were the formative years. We learned lessons about how to behave, what was proper and acceptable, how you dealt with certain emotions, and those formative years got ingrained into us long into adulthood, even after those lessons might not be serving us well anymore. For me, I think for us, if we want to change, we have to thank those lessons and maybe learn some new ones. And Daniel Tiger's been helping me learn some new ones. So, a big one that we were dealing with this morning, how to deal with anger when you feel so mad that you want to roar. I felt mad this week. Anyone else? Yeah? I find myself feeling mad a lot lately. I don't know if you've seen The World. I felt mad this week. I felt mad the week before when the Supreme Court, in all its majesty and wisdom, decided to put the nail in the coffin of the Voting Rights Act. A key piece of legislation from the civil rights movement, which is a decision that is racist. It systemically denies black people representation in the government, and the Voting Rights Act was one of those things that we could actually point to and say, look, the moral arc of the universe. There's it bending. Feels harder to do now. And so I was mad. And mad doesn't even seem to cover it most of these days. Furious, heartbroken. When you feel so mad that you want to roar, what do? Take a deep breath and count to 4. That's right. I know what I often do instead of taking a deep breath and counting to 4, which is I often scroll the internet. I dissociate. I watch something. It often doesn't matter what. Because often when I am scrolling or watching something, I'm not watching it to be entertained. I'm watching it to not have to think about how mad I am. Maybe you've done the same. And I am not arguing that this is a healthy strategy. Do not do as I do. It is not. A distraction now and then is fine, but not as a go-to strategy for dealing with the state of things, because it doesn't change anything. To ignore and deny my anger not only doesn't change the external world, it makes me turn my anger inward. We turn our anger in on ourselves, thinking we need to be better. What can we be doing better? Rather than saying, how can we make the world better? When we turn our feelings in on ourselves, it makes us sad and anxious. It may even manifest physically. I have had a back pain for the last 2 weeks that came out of nowhere, and when I finally broke down and cried at the news, it went away. So, I imagine I'm not the only one in here who has been feeling so mad that they want to roar. So we're going to take Daniel Tiger's advice, and we're going to try to feel our anger a little bit. Take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully, you will feel, like me, that the anger's still there. I have found, though, that it becomes more manageable. Suddenly, I can carry my anger with me as I go out into the world. I can use it as a mission statement rather than something that brings me down, weighs me down into inaction. It no longer takes up so much space in my body and my brain, and then I begin to realize I can do more, I can be more than just my anger. And maybe you realize that you need to do a lot more for your anger. Maybe after you count to 4, you realize that your anger needs you to cry, or scream, or punch a pillow, go for a run. But don't get stuck in the anger. Take a deep breath and count to 4.
Will you take another deep breath with me? As we drop down now into this time in our service for prayer and meditation and silence, as we get in touch with whatever it is that's moving in our hearts and in our lives, as we are mindful that we are here right now, entering into this time, which we do by singing number 83, Winds Be Still. Let there be a stillness in our hearts and in this house now as we lift up our prayers, our hopes, our thanksgivings. I invite you, if you wish, to name from where you are the name of a loved one or multiple loved ones you would like to include in our prayers this morning. Carrie. As Adam lights our first candle, let us send out our love to those loved ones, especially those who are in trouble or in need. Now I invite you to offer your prayers for our world, people and places that you are carrying in your heart in these days. And to name those places aloud as you are so moved as Adam lights our second candle. People of Iran, all the Middle East. And thirdly, our prayers of thanksgiving, particularly from Roger, lifting up the fact that tomorrow is Sally's 85th birthday. Happy birthday, Sally. We'll all be over tomorrow. And let us lift up our own thanksgivings and name them aloud as you are so moved as Adam lights our third candle. This gathered congregation. Holy One, your Spirit fills the universe. Hear our prayers, our hopes and concerns for those we love and for our world, our gratitude for these companions, these loved ones, these mothers and others who bless and help us throughout our days. Help us to have grateful hearts for these lives we have been given. Help us to have courageous hearts for the living of these days. Help us to know that in spite of all the evidence to the contrary, life is good and a gift and a blessing. We lift up those we know and those whose names we will never know, especially those who are in trouble or in need. For those these days who are finding it hard to make ends meet. For those who are out working this moment as we are here waiting and watching and praying and hoping. For those who are in harm's way, for prisoners and refugees and exiles. Spirit of life and love, God known by many names, hear our prayers as we continue them for a moment now in silence. For all that is this life, we lift up our hearts in thanks and in praise. Amen.
Today's reading is from all I really need to know, I learned in kindergarten. These are the things I learned in kindergarten. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hit somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and drink some and draw some and sing and dance and play and work every day some. Take a nap in the afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we're all like that. Goldfish and hamster and white mice, and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup. They all die. So do we. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, look.
We have another Daniel Tiger song for you. And I'm excited because I truly am a Daniel Tiger super fan. I love that show. Yeah, and I was going to say, for people who don't know him, can you show your little stuffed Daniel Tiger to everyone? Yeah. And this song is one of the ones where it pretends that it's teaching your children things, but when you overhear it, you're like, oh yes, this is how I should parent. Yeah. This one. When we do something new, let's talk about what we'll do. Want to sing that with me? When we do something new, let's talk about what we'll do. Let's do it one more time. When we do something new, let's talk about what we'll do. Good job.
My wife and I use this one a lot. Because being a child is all about new things, isn't it? And being a parent is all about new things. And being a person is all about new things, isn't it? So it comes up a lot. When my wife and I took our daughter on her first big plane flight, we were going to visit my family out in California, and it was going to be a big one. And so we bought this big book about airplanes. And it had flaps that you could open that revealed the inside of the airplanes and the airport and all the different vendors that were delivering things around the airport. And we talked about where we'd go in the airport and how we'd get on the airplane and what would happen. How we would fly through the air to go see Grandma and Grandpa. Because you can imagine how overwhelming an airport must be to a toddler. I am 36 years old, and an airport is one of the most overwhelming experiences that I do on a semi-regular basis. How would it be if you had no idea what an airport was, or an airplane, or what was happening? It's all so overwhelming sometimes. And so, when we do, Kathleen, we do something new, let's talk about what we'll do. New things are exciting and energizing and exhausting and terrifying. When was the last time that you had to do something new? Probably today or yesterday. How did it feel to do something new? Did you know what you were doing? It could be something new in your job, in your relationship, something at home, something new with your health. Life is full of news. Don't you wish someone could sit you down with a big book and go through all the things that are going to happen with this new experience? I do. So let's talk about it. What are you going to do with that new thing? In scary movies, one of the tricks that the directors usually, in good scary movies, one of the tricks directors use to make monsters seem more scary is they don't show you the full monster. They hide it behind shadows, or just out of view, or in a dim reflection. And then our brains and imagination get to fill in the rest. And whatever we fill in is so much scarier than whatever could be on the screen. Our imagination does the same thing when we don't know what's going to happen. When things seem new or unprecedented, our brain starts to fill in the gaps. Sometimes with things that can seem scarier, more petrifying than the real world. I know that when I see something new happening, my brain starts to do that, and I start to think about what could be, what the worst case scenario might be. And soon enough, those scary could-be's become wills. This will happen. And the future suddenly feels too big and too heavy and too dark. So I understand why my daughter needs a big book about the airports to get through the airport. I wish I had just such a book to get through so many days. We don't get a book in this life that tells us all the new things we're going to do. But we do get each other. We have each other with our diversity of experiences, lives. The different ways we have each experienced the world can inform how others of us may have yet to experience it. We can be each other's books. And even if what you are going through is truly unprecedented, we can talk about it. The problem is that doing something new can mean we don't have a roadmap towards what's next. We don't always ultimately know what we'll do, right? That is what makes it so scary. That is where the monsters hide. And for me, if I don't know exactly where my destination is, it can sometimes feel too scary to even start. What I'm learning from my kids, from Daniel Tiger, is that I just can't look too far ahead. I can talk about the next thing. I can talk it out to myself. I can talk it out with others. I can hear their views and experiences. I can't build a new book for everything that is coming, but I can make little books for the next thing. One new thing at a time. What are you doing for lunch? What are you doing today or tomorrow? We can talk about that and why. So, use each other. Talk with your friends and your family, and this community is a wonderful resource about what that next new decision in your life is going to be. Why did you make it? Why are you going to make it in that way? Because if you know why you're going to make that next little step, that will inform all the steps ahead. And you don't have to have a big book before starting. So when we do something new, let's talk about what we'll do. And take all that frightening newness out of our lives, 1 inch at a time. And now is the time in our service where we give the gifts of this community and share them with others. We are so blessed and lucky in this community to be able to give 100% of these offerings away to an organization that lives out our values of love and justice in the world. And this week's offertory is going to the Louis D. Brown Institute's Mother's Day Walk for Peace. This has been going on in Dorchester for 30 years now and has become such an institution in that area that it has become simply known as the Walk. A 5K walk and race to raise money and awareness for the victims, particularly child victims of gun violence. Founded by the mother of Louis D. Brown, who was a 15-year-old when he was caught in the crossfire in Dorchester in 1993. His mother began the organization and is helping to fuel this organization to make sure that this does not happen to another child. So the offertory is on the screen and in your order of service. Thank you for your generosity, and the baskets will be coming around as well. Thank you for your generosity.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. And may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be Still me, with more Daniel Tiger. Everyone is big enough to do something. Can we try it? Everyone is big enough to do something. Let's do it again. Everyone is big enough to do something.
So before having kids, I remember reading in books about parenting that they would want to copy things that I would do, like cleaning. And I didn't really believe it. It just didn't sound like that could possibly be fun for kids to do. Currently, my kids have a toy vacuum, a toy broom, toy mop, toy dustpan. They love helping us clean up. We are hardwired, I think, even as kids, to want to help. We want to do something. We want to do the things that we see others doing to contribute, and as a species that needs to live in community, this makes a lot of sense. We keep us safe. We want to help because we keep us safe. And this is how we learn that we keep us safe. So it makes sense to me now that even kids would even want to copy vacuuming and sweeping. They want to copy the people in their lives to learn how to care for each other. And I think we all want that on some level, don't we? Everyone wants to be able to do something. And you can do so many things. In this community, you can do so many things. In the episode where Daniel Tiger learns this lesson that, Kathleen, can you do it for us again? Everyone is big enough to do something. His dad is building a shed, and Daniel desperately wants to help. He wants to use the hammer, and he wants to use the screwdriver just like his dad. And his dad says no, because he's 5. But his dad asks Daniel to hand him the screwdriver from the toolbox and to hold it until his dad needs it. Just hold it in his hand. And Daniel is so happy to have a job. He is so happy to do something. And I kept thinking while I was watching, is that Daniel's doing a really important job. Not because holding a screwdriver is super important, but because Daniel is there with his dad. And his dad has invited Daniel to be there with him. Daniel's work is also being present. That is work. Being company is good work. And I know that cleaning is way more fun when my kids are involved. It takes longer, but it's way more fun for me when they also break out the toy vacuum and the toy broom and they help me sweep up. And sweeping takes 3 times as long. But I love it. I love their presence. I love their joy and their fun. What they're doing is not just sweeping, they are being present. They are being joyful. They are being in community with me. And here, in this community, even if you feel like all you can do right now is hold a screwdriver, Like that's all you have the capacity for. I get it. I get it. And I want you to know that that is doing something. Being in community is doing something. Even when it feels like, oh, I wish I could do more, I wish I could do something real, holding the screwdriver is real. Even if you feel like that's all you can do, come anyway. Come anyway to this community. Volunteer anyway. Be honest about your capacity and what you can do and what you can't do. But come anyway. We need your presence. We need the screwdriver holders. We need you in whatever way you can show up. And we will love you and support you in that role. And if you are in that role and you get angry at the world and counting to 4 isn't cutting it, then come and be in community. You will feel better. And if you have something new happening in your life, or you want to try some new experiment in this community, come. Talk with us. Talk with the people here because we are in it together. We keep us safe. We need you because we need us. And that us, that we, encompasses all ages. It encompasses all abilities. It encompasses all kinds. All of the people in this beloved neighborhood. Blessed be and amen. Please rise and body your spirit for our closing hymn, O We Give Thanks, number 1010. Please join me in the call to ministry. We go forth into the world in peace to act with works of love, to affirm each person's dignity, and to cherish the living earth. Go out now and cherish that inner child within. It needs you to love it, to learn new lessons, and to be in community with all the other children in this world. May it be so, blessed be, and amen.